in relation to the products that we are boycotting, and I think it is worth repeating that we are boycotting all products produced and manufactured by a company known as Bidco, and also all products or anything commodities manufactured by, what is that milk company? Brookside. And of course, Safaricom. I think by now all my colleagues here have done the migration or transfer to an alternative service provider. For myself, and for purpose of the public, my number now is available. Those who are enthusiastic about posting these things in the social media, I am displaying this so that there is no doubt as to my commitment to this boycott. I have here my new SIM card, a beautiful SIM card, and airtime for 1,000. I don't belong to the league where I can buy airtime for 20,000. I go by little installments. It's only the color that is wrong, but you know, it has nothing to do with the effort. And this is going to continue, and is going to be broadened as we move along. And we're going to keep the media posted once we make other decisions in relation to other companies that are going to be affected by this boycott. But in the meantime, as the NASA resistant movement, under the guidance particulars of those demonstrations, where they're going to take place, if it is going to be nationwide, or if you are going to hold them in particular places. But that demonstration is going to be for a day. Thereafter, we are going to witness the presentation of motions in the county assemblies in regard to the assemblies having an opportunity to make resolutions as to their lack of confidence and, if not condemnation, of the elections or the bogus elections that took place on the 26th of October 2017, and to announce that in those county assemblies, the people through those county assemblies are going to express their lack of recognition or non-recognition of the election of President, or rather Uhuru Kenyatta, as President of the Republic of Kenya, and Ruto as Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. This is in pursuance of an announcement that we had made earlier, that we did not recognize the election of Uhuru and Ruto, respectively, as President and Deputy President. And thereafter, we are going to open up conversation in these county assemblies on other emerging issues, which already you can see what our brothers in the coast announced yesterday. That is going to be a part of a conversation, because we think that these conversations are coming up because of lack of confidence with the government, Jubilee government, and lack of confidence in the leadership of this regime, which is taking us backwards after Kenyan people had fought so hard to bring a new constitutional dispensation. Also, we are going to determine as a people, through this process and conversation, the direction that this country is going to take. And for that matter, details are going to emerge on the structure and formation of the People's Assembly. There's going to be a National People's Assembly and structures which are going to cascade downwards into the grassroots. As you know, Article 1 of the Constitution vests the sovereign authority of the Republic in the people. And when there's a government that is formed contrary to the Constitution, Article 3 of the Constitution is quite clear that any government that is formed or anybody who purports to form a government in a manner that is not in compliance with the Constitution, then such a formation would be unlawful and unconstitutional. So these People's Assemblies will give the people of Kenya a path towards taking our country back and recalling back the sovereignty of the people that had been delegated to the various institutions. Like the executive is established under delegated authority from the people. So we are going to recall, that authority that was delegated to the executive, so the people may determine the direction that the country is going to take. We think this journey is not going to be long. We want to make it short so that we can resolve the problems of the day and Kenyans can go back to their lives in a country in which the Constitution will reign supreme and the Bill of Rights will be recognized, the people will be recognized, and we'll build a foundation on which we can build a society that is just and accountable to the values and principles enacted in the Constitution. So, in the meantime, the movement is about resistance. So when it comes to Bidco, resist. When it comes to Safaricom, resist. When it comes to Brook, whatever, resist. When it comes to Uhuru Kenyatta, resist. When it comes to Ruto, resist. When it comes to Jubilee, resist. And the people will win. Resist. Thank you very much. And I invite my colleagues, anybody who... No. Yeah. Are you... Miguna? Miguna?
Yeah. The general himself.
Yeah.
Me, I will say probably just three things. Number one, the exercises that we had on the 8th of August and October 26th were not elections. They were coronation rituals for Uhuru Kenyatta. So we don't recognize him as the president of Kenya. And we will do everything necessary to remove him from the position that he occupies illegitimately. Now, many will ask, does that mean you will do this unconstitutionally? No. Our actions are vested squarely in the Constitution. Uhuru Kenyatta did not win any election, and he will not continue to occupy the positions of power and privilege over Kenyans that rejected him. And we are not going to allow despotism to be perpetuated by two individuals who do not respect the Constitution, the rule of law, and democracy. So we will march forward. NRM, resist. It is actually the national resistance movement. I think my field marshal here is too busy. The general will put him in place. Resist. Thank you.
Thank you. In case you have any questions, we don't want to run away from your questions. I think you're happy enough. Yeah.
not, if anyone goes to court, would you support such a petition?
Now, anything to do with petitions, I think we leave it where it lies. We don't want to talk about those petitions. We have taken a course of action that we are committed to, and we're going to pursue it to the end. They talk about secession. Now, that is for Jubilee to answer. Because once you begin to exclude people the way they have done, then you will get similar experiences here in Kenya, like you have experienced in the Balkans, in the former Soviet Union, in Spain, here in Africa, in Sudan, and in Ethiopia. You know, it was one country. Now you have Eritrea and Ethiopia. So unless they are prepared to talk with everybody and recognize them as citizens who have got rights, equal rights, then this discussion and conversation cannot be got off. It is a symptom of the misrule by the Jubilee government, and it is for them to respond to it. If they don't, then they must take the consequences. But happily, like General Miguna said, we may be there in good time to resolve that issue so that the coast people would feel that they're part of the nation. Asante ni sana. No? The numbers are very, very difficult to give to you, but go to any one of these retailers. Even now, we got members of parliament, businessmen, Kenyans, you know, even me to get this, I had to leave somebody on the line, go back on the line, leave somebody on the line, out of respect, somebody sympathized with me because I didn't want to come to this press conference without a number. And you're free to give the public this number. Anybody who rings me on the old number, that is somebody who is out, to cause confusion and is part of the fifth column that are trying to destroy this movement. Sawa. The same reasons why we had those protests. But I think that one, you're going to give details. We're going to give you details. I think for now, what you've said is enough. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much.